Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I am so glad you're here. You'll notice that in the background, Alieski is my unofficial co-host tonight. I think she was sleeping in the same spot when I did my previous video, which means she's going to be up all night keeping me up too. But that's okay. She can keep her kitty hours, I don't mind. Tonight, I wanted to address something that is not getting a lot of airtime in the United States. And I'll show you what it is and where I found it. First of all, Reuters had a little bit of information regarding the fact that the UN Rights Office is very concerned that there are planned trials of Ukrainian prisoners of war. So the UN Rights Office is concerned about this, but the only place that seems to have picked it up was Reuters. Now, pardon me while I scroll here. Don't let it make you dizzy. Look away if you need to, okay? The U.S. Department of State has a position that these are illegitimate tribunals in Mariupol. Moving up, you can see where the Russian embassy has given some assurances, including the fact that they are fully complying with the Geneva Convention with their Ukrainian captives. Now, watch out, I'm going to scroll down again. I'll show you where this is and I'll put a link to it in my description box. Okay, but I wanted to read the in conclusion part. In conclusion, tribunals are happening, whether the West or the UN Rights Office likes it or not. Russia will start with Ukrainian prisoners of war and work their way up the chain. The reckoning has begun. I don't know when, if, or how the top players get involved, but Russia has begun their ascent. We've been waiting for military tribunals for 6 years now. It may not be like we pictured it, but it appears something is finally happening. Now, personally, I think tribunals have been happening at places we refer to as the spa, but they're going a little more mainstream, just like they should with the Nuremberg 2.0 trials. Now, let's be clear here. Those Azov battalion members that will be facing tribunal are acknowledged. There's a 4-letter word that starts with N, party members. And after World War II, the United States was very, very pro prosecution of people that had been part of that. I don't know why they would defend them now. If people have done large-scale bioweaponization of things or violated human rights on any kind of scale, they should be held accountable for it. I'm one of those people that just says legal enforcement of laws. We don't need more laws. We need existing laws to be enforced and have the same rule of law apply for everybody. That's my opinion. And I'm doing my small part to say that's the world I want to live in. And I'll do whatever I'm asked to help make that possible, legally. Raising our vibration, raising our awareness, showing you where I find things that you can read and mull over and start your own independent opinion making, instead of just being told what to believe. And although if you're watching my channel, you're already well on that way. But who knows, someone just may have stumbled in here for the first time. So tonight I want to ask the question of the cards, and I'm going to be very specific because other people may want to come at this whole thing from another example. But as a United States and American citizen, I would like to know if the tribunals that are being planned for Mariupol of Ukrainian prisoners of war and those above them, because they'll only start there, they're moving up, will there be ripple effects that can actually be seen, felt, or heard in the United States as a result of these? Because right now they're just simply, if they do mention it, they're calling them, illegal, unfounded, and they're not getting the press time, and people aren't getting a chance to look at the facts and make up their own mind about things. And that bothers me. But so I would like to know if there's any way the universe can see that we are on a path where the ripple effect from those will actually be seen, felt, and or heard here in the United States. Let's switch the camera, let you see me finish the shuffling, and we'll see what the universe has to say about that. The Tower again. Four of Pentacles, Temperance, Knight of Cups, Judgment, King of Swords, Nine of Swords. Let's see what those cards are trying to tell us. Okay, so we were asking about these tribunals being held in Mariupol, and specifically, will there be ripple effects from those that can actually be seen, felt, and or heard in the United States? Now, if you don't regularly watch my videos, you won't realize why I laughed here. Over and over again, starting last week, the Tower cards started showing up. In fact, I'm even going to change decks and see if it still continues to do so. But because as far as I can see, the card's clean and it's showing up again and again because the universe wants it to. Now, last week it was showing up in the near future spot. Now it's showing up in situations in the present. So we are incredibly close to things happening. But we were asking about this. Would these tribunals have a visible effect, ripple effect that could be seen here in the United States? Now we're getting so the tribunals are indicated by the Tower. They are pivotal events for those involved, yes. The clarification for that card is over here. It's the Four of Pentacles, which is a card of being careful with your resources and a little bit of reticence. So there are some things that may not get out into the public eye that we would like, but there is going to be some disclosures, probably a little more than we would consider soft. Now, in the recent past, Temperance, I think there's been some negotiating in the background of who will be tried and what charges will be addressed and levied. And Temperance isn't one of trickiness or anything like that. It's just one of moderate, calm, measured forward motion steps. However, here is a tricky card, the Knight of Cups. He's about false promises. He's very tricky in nature. Now, not as tricky from my readings as in some other card readers, but still yet, that is what he kind of embodies here, is some trickster energy. So especially with him having the Tower next to him, what we're being told is there is a little bit of sleight of hand going on. There are some people that should be in those tribunals that won't be yet at this point. Some charges that should be levied that are not yet being levied. So that's kind of interesting to see. And again, not very well aspected here, even though this one's kind of, moderate and not negative or extremely positive in either way, just a moderate card. But this is all affecting the present. Now let's look ahead at the near future. When those tribunals, as they progress, it's going to be a catalyst for judgment. So there will be some reckoning. I think when you have these major arcanas here like this, it's to the point that, yes, it is going to be seen, felt, and heard to some extent in the United States, even in the mainstream. Now that thought is bolstered by the fact that here's the King of Swords. So while we got trickiness happening up here and they're trying to scoot out of some accountability, King of Swords is an alliance white hat card, often involves Mr. T. So near future, there's going to be some judgment, and it's going to be that which is overseen by our alliance. God bless the alliance. On world, off world, all of the above. Okay, and we're being told that there will be some visible effects. There'll be not as much as we would like. And when this card involves worry, now swords are words either written or spoken. So there's going to be some that are heard and seen and some that are just not for us to worry about, not hidden, just so we may be worrying about some things we don't have to with this, but those tribunals are going to happen and they are going to be relevant And at some point in the future, they are going to have ripple effects that are seen and felt in the United States. Yay! Let's look at a few other cards and see if we get more information. The Hermit, he's looking down at this Tower moment. Okay, guys, Tower moment is getting closer and closer and closer. And again, we got a white hat, and often he works in conjunction with those. So, yeah, I'm not worried about it. Whatever that big moment is, the one that nobody can deny occurred, it's happening soon. Okay. The Five of Swords shows up again here. And remember the Five of Pentacles. And again, these people, even though they could use some aid and assistance, are willing to put up with some hardship rather than take the strings attached type of help that might be offered. The Hanged Man, he's never in distress. He's actually kind of in a yoga position here, and he is looking at things in a new way. Remember, when this Tower moment happens and our world makes some big changes, we're going to be looking at lots of things in new ways, and it's just kind of like, keep calm, keep love in your heart, keep your vibration up. We've got this, people. We have it. And ultimately, I would like to read this as a celebration, because this is often a celebration card. However, when it shows up in political readings, it can also sometimes refer to the product that's made with little ones. So what it may be saying, I'm hoping it's saying that we've got this, we're going to be doing some celebrating, not major, but we are going to be seeing some nice changes getting started with our world. If it doesn't mean that, it means that some of this judgment they're going to start disclosing this, which is the thing that's going to bring everybody together, because nobody can deny the fact that our little ones deserve to be cherished and nurtured and raised in the light, not in cages or tunnels, not in caves. They're not products, they're people, and they're very precious. So if it means that that's going to be starting to come out so that we can all galvanize behind that one central clause, so be it. So be it. So, Mr. Putin, I'm going to say thank you for starting these tribunals. Have them be, even though they're being called irregular and illegal, conduct them in such a way that they stand up to any judicial review, and all the best. And not to those being prosecuted, but to those that are trying to seek some justice for those who can no longer speak for themselves. That's it for this video. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, comment, subscribe. You're welcome to do all of that. And my co-host, Allie, and I thank you for being part of this. Be well, stay in the light, and thank you so much.